My name is Ari Weinzweig. I'm one of the co-founding partners of Zingerman's Community of Businesses here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Pretty much every time I've gone against my gut feeling, I regret it. And that doesn't mean my gut feeling's always right, but when I haven't honored my gut feeling by at least slowing down and having deeper dialogue, I'm sorry later. But I'm not saying that my intuition is 100% right, because it's not. But I think the key is that even when it's wrong, it's still helpful to pause and, take time to reflect and share my concerns in a different way. I think that all of us make decisions that we can look back with hindsight and see in a different way. So none of us are going to get it right all the time. It's just learning to try to honor my intuition, and I actually just, in the previous to this conversation, was sitting in our governance work group meeting, and we've been working for about 3 years on ways to develop staff ownership of the business at some level, and also we use a consensus model for decision making at the partner level, and we have a partners group that well, that's where we make all the organization-wide decisions, right? So there's 18 partners, and we've been working for the last year and a half on how to get non-partner members added into that consensus. Because the meetings are open, but only the partners are in the consensus. So we've been doing a lot of work on it, and we've been working on the process for how we select those non-partner members. And I sort of had was doing some reading on it, and it sort of gave me a different perspective on how the process might start through the idea of just a call for nominations from the organization at large, rather than people stepping forward of their own volition, in the belief that would create a more grassroots and more positive and appreciative and inclusive process, rather than replicating the national election process, which I don't really like. The longer we discussed it, the more I felt like there was merit to this, and so I stayed with it, and I kept working with it, and we ended up deciding to go with it. And I felt awkward because I didn't want to push too hard and override people, and at the same time I didn't want to dishonor my gut feeling. I think the toughest challenge is I think they're the same as always. It's thinking regularly. It's hard to be great. It's hard to respect yourself while respecting others simultaneously. It's hard to produce high quality anything. Not that hard. It's just challenging. And I welcome those challenges, but I think it's always easier in the moment to go with the mass flow than it is to go for greatness, whether you're an artist or a musician or a writer or an athlete or anything. Getting to know and respect yourself is an underrated, and manage yourself well, given that's the topic of the new book, but I think that's an underappreciated or undervalued piece of work. And I'm not sure, a lot of people have said to me, like, well, you should have published this book before the other two books. Well, maybe, but I didn't. And, they'll say, like, how can you run a business if you can't run yourself? And it's true, but the reality is, in practice, I don't know how many people are that self-reflective that would do enormous self-study and then open a business. I think the reality is much more that you get into a leadership role, whether in a not-for-profit or for-profit or whatever. And then as you do that and you have struggles, you start to realize that you're oftentimes the one that's getting in the way of the work yourself. So I think that the realization, is big. Another one which our visioning process is very good at supporting is that there's no right answer for what success is. It's not for others to determine what your or my success ought to be. It's really an individual thing that, each of us needs to determine what we believe believe success is for us. And the more we encourage ourselves and the people that we work with to dream their dreams and to go after those dreams, and not to just follow society's existing patterns just because they're existing, the better off we're all going to be. And then third is, I believe that really most people are smart and want to do good work and want to be part of something special, and that most organizations ignore 95% of the resources within the organization by putting all of the decision making, the overt decision making, because there's decision making happening in all of us all day long, but they put the overt decision making in the hands of half a dozen or 2 dozen people or whatever, and they leave the other people out of the mix. And Murray Bookchin, who is one of my favorite interesting anarchists who passed away 5 or 6 years ago, or a little bit more, said that every normal human being is essentially capable of running any organization of which they're a part. And I think that's actually true. The problem is when they don't train people at all and then they throw them in at the unexpected position, they will make a decision when they have no information, and the quality of that decision isn't likely to be that good, because it's like you just landed in Mongolia and we just asked you, how to make a good decision about things. And it seems to do it well or slim, but if we actually train people from the beginning how to think big and how to think organizationally and all of that, and then it increases the odds of them making good decisions both in their day-to-day work and in their lives and for the organization. So I guess I'll go with those: self-management, finding your own future and your own success, and then including and valuing everybody in the organization.
Wow.